Hi, I'm Steven with LedgerGurus, and in this video I'm going to talk about 5 financial predictions for e-commerce in 2022. Prediction number 1, inflation continues. What we've seen in 2021 is an abundance of inflation, and there's a lot of reasons behind that. A lot of it has been attributed to supply chain issues, but what's not gotten a lot of discussion is the money supply. There's been a huge injection of money in the form of government programs, think Paycheck Protection Program, extended unemployment, and something known as quantitative easing. What the result is you got a lot of money chasing not as many goods and people, and thus inflation. A lot of the discussion was that inflation would be temporary, but what we've seen is it is persisting. So prediction number 1 is that inflation will continue to persist throughout all of 2022. Prediction number 2 is that interest rates will rise. Now, the Federal Reserve, which controls interest rates for the United States, has already flagged that they're going to raise interest rates at least 3 times. We don't know how high they're going to go up, but we can know that they're going to go up. What this means for companies doing e-commerce is they should consider refinancing or getting financing if they are thinking about it while rates are low, because you're probably not going to see anything this low again. Prediction number 3 is that supply chain challenges persist. Now, this is a combination of inflation, a lot of money chasing a lot of goods. COVID doesn't seem to be slowing down as we are in the new year, and so we can assume that that's going to continue to take a while, especially as you look at developing economies which have been slower to vaccinate and therefore are going to have more issues in bringing workers back to the workforce. So if I'm an e-commerce business, I would be planning ahead for my purchases and considering a slower supply chain just like you saw in 2021. Prediction number 4 is e-commerce acquisitions stay hot. So again, I think a lot of this comes back to the money supply. There's a lot of money in the system. There's not a lot of things for that money to chase. So businesses that have good economics, like an e-commerce business that might have good cash flow, that's very attractive to a lot of buyers. And we're seeing buyers in a lot of forms. You see buyers that are the strategic buyers who are other product companies. You see private equity all over the place, and they're the ones who have been able to raise cheap capital and are looking to deploy it to cash flow. You even see some venture capital. And so my prediction is that you're going to continue to see record opportunities, and if I'm an e-commerce seller considering selling, I would argue that 2022 will continue to be a good year to sell. So my 5th prediction is that traditional digital marketing continues to be less effective. We saw in 2021 that the changes in iOS affected Facebook ads in a significant way, but also there's been a rush of new advertisers into the market chasing the same inventory, which pushes up prices. So I would predict that you're going to continue to see lower than pre-COVID return on ad spend and need to plan accordingly. Now, there's obviously new channels to consider, new opportunities, but my final prediction is this. Now, let's see how my predictions go at the end of the year. Don't use any of this advice without your own research and consideration, but these are the predictions that I'm making for the industry in 2022. If you like this video, go ahead and like it, ask me a question in the comments, subscribe to our channel, and feel free to share this with those who might be interested.